Today I'm taking a first-class train ride from New York City to America's capital, Washington, D.C. It is my first time taking a train in the United States, and I will take you all along for the journey, from arriving at the station, boarding the train, experiencing the ride, and finally arriving in Washington. I want to find out how luxurious a first-class train ride really is here. And by the end of this day, I hope to stand in front of the White House, one of the most iconic places in this country. Look at this, more military vehicles here. Is it safe to walk around here as a tourist? This is actually how a capital city should look like. But train travel in the US is very different from Europe or Asia. I have heard it can be slow, outdated and overpriced, even in first class. So, what is it really like to travel in a train in the US? And will the first class upgrade be worth it? Join me and let's find out. Okay, and here I am in front of the train station right in the center of Manhattan, New York City. And to be honest, this is probably, at least from the outside, one of the most beautiful train stations I have ever seen. But yeah, where to enter? So in front of all the doors there's like a wooden fence. So I think I can't enter there. But there's actually a sign here, 2 trains. So I'm guessing I have to enter through here. And yeah, over there we have the iconic Empire State Building. So my last view now to this iconic building. I really enjoyed my time here in New York City, to be honest. I'm sure I will be back one day, but now I'm also very excited to visit Washington, D.C. Oh, first impression here we have aircon, which is really good because it's quite hot outside today. All right, quick picture with the... Yes. Are you from the NYPD?
No, so we're MTA police. We're state police for MTA.
It's like for the train station?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
What's your name?
It's Raj.
Nice to meet you,
Nice
Raj.
to meet you, man.
Very nice to meet you.
I hope you enjoy DC. Hope you have a good trip.
What do you think? Is DC much different compared to New York?
You'll definitely like New York more. It's more of a life, like nightlife here. It's nothing can compare to New York. I feel like
I heard before many Americans say it's the best city in the world.
100%.
100%.
Okay, I would say so. Yeah, I haven't been around the world too much, but nothing compares to New York. Yeah, it was great meeting you, man.
Do you know where I can find the lounge, the first class lounge?
First class, I think that might be it.
The Amtrak Metropolitan Lounge.
That might be it, but I'm not sure. But if you go behind track 9 and 10 in the corner, that's where customer service is.
Okay, I have a look around.
Yeah. Have a good one, man.
Thanks for saying hi.
Yep.
Okay, bye-bye. He approached me and he said, I watch your videos, and then we had a nice conversation. Yeah, overall I can really say the American people have been super welcoming and friendly towards me. That's one of my favorite things of traveling in the US. The people are usually very outgoing, very talkative, very friendly, welcoming. So traveling here as a foreigner, it's a good feeling, to be honest. Okay, so it is about, let me check the time, about an hour until the train leaves. And yeah, because I'm having a first class ticket, I think there's a lounge included. So let me figure that out if I can have a quick look into the lounge so you can have a look at that as well. So we have the Amtrak Metropolitan Lounge here. Okay, lounge entrance. Welcome Amtrak guests rewards, first class and private room guests. Okay, sounds like I'm right here, but let's see. Is this the lounge for the train? I have a first class ticket.
Yes, it is.
Yes?
So we're going to let you know the track about 10 to 15 minutes before train time.
So there's going to be like a screen there where I can see it?
Yes, we make the announcements and there's screens
announcement.
ready.
Okay.
Listen up, we let you know, okay?
Thank you very much. All right, so she said there's going to be announcements like 10-15 minutes before the scheduled departure time. First impression, it looks kind of similar like an airport lounge. And here we have my train, Acela to Washington, status on time, but no track yet. Okay, so yeah, very similar to an airport lounge, I would say. There's a buffet, there's free food, drinks, plenty of comfortable looking seating opportunities. And yeah, all the food there is included, so I don't have to pay extra if I would like to eat something. Actually, I'm not that hungry. I had a proper breakfast at my hotel. And I think there's also going to be a meal included in the train ride. So we're gonna have a look at that meal later as well. So I actually just got a glass of water. And check out the seat here. This is actually quite a beautiful seat. So I'm sitting outside of the lounge now, and the train station makes a very good first impression. It's clean, it seems to be well organized, it's not too full at the moment, so a good first impression of taking a train in America so far. And yeah, look at this is my goal for today. This is the White House here at the backside of the $20 bill, and yeah, this is where I want to end the day later in Washington, seeing this exact same view. Okay, and I can see now that boarding started at track 11. And yeah, that was a really good lounge experience. But based on my impression of the train station, I think also rating outside of the lounge wouldn't be too bad here. There are also shops over there where you can buy food and snacks. There's even a signed food hall. The only thing I don't see is like a seating area here. But yeah, the train station experience so far, thumbs up for that. Let's see if the actual train ride experience will also be as good. Okay, I think enter here. So this is the queue. So I see only one queue, so I think it's it's the same for first class and regular class, but that's totally okay. I mean, it's moving, not waiting anyway. Okay, and we are taking the escalator down now. And yeah, I just saw on the sign there are actually only, if I remember correctly, 4 stops until Washington. So we're not making a lot of stops along the way. All right, this is car 1?
Yes, car 1.
Okay, then seat 16A.
Okay, the last row on the right.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, here we are. And yeah, first of all, this is the bathroom situation. It looks actually quite large, it's quite spacious for a bathroom inside a train. And then as we enter the actual cart, you can leave your luggage right here. And now I'm looking for seat 16A. It smells like food here, to be honest. Here we go, 16A window. Okay, let's do a quick seat review. So first impression, it feels very comfortable actually. And also what is really important for me, I'm 1.90 m tall or 6'2" for my American viewers. I have plenty of leg space here, so that is quite nice. And then what is this? Not sure what this is for, but maybe, no, it's not really a table. It's too low to be a table, I think. Do we actually have a table somewhere? I don't think so. Maybe not. But anyway, enough place to store my backpack here. I'm traveling light, so only with this one. And then you do have a curtain here, so you can close it, which is great in case the sun will shine against this window. And then we do have aircon blowing here. We have a light as well. And then looks like you can put in headsets here as well. Up the volume channel, but I don't see a screen here. But first impression, very comfortable. Let's see if we are going to leave on time. Our American trains punctual. Scheduled departure time is in 4 minutes. Let's see. Oh, there's is included? Yes. Okay. He was nodding his head. So this is a menu, first class beverages. So I guess I can order as much as I want at any time. So we have spirits, cocktails, cold drinks, hot drinks, tea, coffee, even premium wine. And then we also have a menu dinner here. Breakfast selections, even though it's already afternoon. Chicken, cheese and fruit plate, Korean barbecue short rib, and strawberry goat cheese salad. Sounds actually pretty fancy, right? And I'm gonna tell you later how I actually booked the ticket. Actually, I do think this is a table. It says pull up clearly here. And if I pull it up, then yes, we do have a table here. And I also just got a free bottle of water. So the table is actually quite nice to have. If you have a small laptop, I think you could even do some work here. But there are also chairs with an actual table like that one. And we are leaving exactly on time, 2:15. So that's also a good first impression. Where I'm from in Germany, the trains are very well known to be not on time. So it's actually nice to be in a country where the trains are on time. And yet the length of the journey should be about 3 hours. So let's see if we will also arrive on time actually. Anyway, I just got a tea already. And I'm also excited for the food later on. Okay, and after just 10 minutes, we're actually already making the first stop. We're stopping in New Jersey now. Yeah, I actually can't imagine that somebody takes this train just from New York to New Jersey. I think there are probably cheaper options to get from New York to New Jersey. So I guess there will be only people coming onto the train here at the station. In case you're wondering, there's also Wi-Fi available on the train for free. And I also just noticed that you can plug in your charging devices here. It's actually quite fascinating that New York City is the biggest city in America, with, if I remember correctly, about 8 million people living there. And you just need to take the train for like 15-20 minutes. And it feels like we are now in rural America. And all these typical American houses here with the big roads. You know, the large roads. That looks so typical American for me. So very interesting and very cool to see actually. That's also why I really enjoy taking trains in other countries. Because I can actually see the country, see the countryside. You don't get to see this view when you're flying all the time. I have a wrong menu.
Yes, you do.
Oh, okay. Oh, the menu in front of me was the wrong one. So I do have a different one now. With ravioli, cheese and fruit plate, shrimp, sesame chicken.
What are you gonna get for lunch?
I'm gonna take the sesame chicken, please.
It's chilled, you know.
Chilled in this case means cold.
Okay.
Oh, wait, then I'm gonna change to the ravioli.
Ravioli? Okay.
Yes.
Great.
Okay. Oh yeah, the menu said chilled. That means cold. Good that he mentioned that. I prefer a hot meal now instead of a cold one.
Ravioli?
All right, that looks very good.
Enjoy your lunch.
Thank you very much. Okay, lunch is served. So we have ravioli here. We have some nut bar, I think, extra cheese, bread roll, and then this one, probably a dessert. Key lime pie. Okay, let's give it a try. Yeah, I just put a lot of cheese on top of it, and wow, the raviolis are tasting really good. Let's see if this bread roll can compare to German bread rolls. I'm actually gonna dip it in a bit. Wow, it's surprisingly good. It's always difficult for me to find really good bread rolls around the world, because in Germany, where I'm from, they are extremely good, and usually they are not that good in other countries. But this one, very good, and it's still warm, which is also nice. So I would say this is a very decent meal. And I think this is Philadelphia, another very famous and historic city here in the US. And yeah, I just double checked on my phone. We are indeed in Philadelphia. And here to show you the whole journey on the phone. So New York City is here, that's where we started. And then we're going south all the way to Washington DC, which is right here. So we are almost halfway through now, I would say. And yeah, unfortunately the weather has changed. Look at this, it is raining now and the clouds are looking pretty dark as well. It looks like we're going to arrive with not the best weather conditions in DC, which might ruin my plan to see the White House later. And yeah, I think it is about 45 minutes left until Washington. So let's hope the weather will clear up. Okay, and we are now in Baltimore, which I think is the last stop before we reach Washington. And yeah, Baltimore is a city I know not much about, but it used to be an important port city in the US back in the days. And what's also interesting, the national anthem of the United States was written here in 1812. And yeah, I wanted to let you know how I actually booked this ride. That was pretty straightforward. I just went to the official Amtrak website, amtrak.com, and then you can choose your destination, choose your starting point, plenty of train options available. I think there was a train basically leaving every hour, and then I could choose my seat, pay online, very straightforward. I think I booked the ticket about 1 week in advance, so that was very easy. And yeah, I paid $300 for this ride, and the cheaper coach class would have been about $60 to $70, so you do pay quite a lot extra to be in first class. In case you're wondering, yes, you can also fly from New York to Washington, of course, and I looked up the prices for these flights earlier today. They were about $150.
Washington DC, now arriving.
Okay, and we have arrived with a delay of about 15 minutes. And now there are two problems, but let me get off the train first. Thank you very much. Okay, so problem number one. I don't know how to get from here to my hotel, so I have to figure out how to get there. Luckily though, I think we are quite central already, and my hotel shouldn't be too far from here, but let's see. And then the second problem, it's still raining, and I really wanted to visit the White House today, so I'm not sure if that's going to be possible. But first things first, let me get to my hotel. But yeah, the train ride overall was a pretty good experience. The staff has been very friendly, very helpful. The seat was comfortable. The ride was pretty bumpy here and there, to be honest, but overall a decent train experience. Was it worth to pay so much extra for first class? I'm not that sure actually. I don't know how the regular class looks like in these trains, but overall, also including the lounge experience before the ride, pretty good experience. And yeah, Washington has been in the news a lot recently due to Trump's announcement to take back the Capitol. And what he meant by that is, I think that because of the high crime rates here, lots of homeless people, that's not how he wants his capital to be. So he deployed the National Guard onto the streets to make the city safer. So let's see what impressions we will get of Washington here. And yeah, what I really like about train stations in America, it was the same in New York. They look old, like historic and posh, you know, like wow, if this is like an original structure here, it's probably very old and has some history to it, you know. Here we are, actually. You know what I'm seeing now? The sun is out again. It was literally still raining while we entered the train station. Okay, that's already good. Fingers crossed the weather stays like this. And there's the metro here, which I think would be an option to get to my hotel. I think my hotel is actually near a metro station. Yeah, you maybe notice I tend to show up in places without doing a lot of research in advance, but that's how I like to travel. And look at that, we have red taxis here. It says yellow cab on the side, but it's clearly not yellow. And yeah, you can see it already. I think the vehicle behind the police cars here is a military vehicle, probably from the National Guard then. There's a big sign over there saying F Trump right in front of the train station. But yeah, look at the building here. That looks really beautiful. I really like that. Okay, so I think I have two options now. I can either take one of these red taxis or I can take the metro. And look at this, more military vehicles here and some police trucks as well. And I see soldiers standing over there dressed in military uniforms. I'm not sure if that's normal here or if that's just because of Trump's recent announcement that you can see these vehicles, the police everywhere here, the soldiers standing here. And I think some people are protesting. The sign says, release the Epstein files. Yeah, freedom of speech in America, right? You are allowed to protest here. Hi, is there something famous here?
Yes.
The Liberty Bell.
It's America's celebration of buying defective equipment.
Isn't the Liberty Bell in Philadelphia?
It is. This is a copy.
A copy of it?
Yeah, where are you from?
I'm from Germany.
Wie geht's?
Wie geht's?
Bitte ein Bit.
Hello.
Hello. But yeah, they clanged the bell and it cracked. So yay, America!
Can I touch it?
You can kick it. You can do whatever you want to it. It's pretty durable.
I can kick it?
If you want. You got a lot of protesters whacking it. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think many people touched it here before. It looks like
know.
that. Oh, wow.
And the thing underneath actually swings too, so you can ring it if you want.
Oh, really? You can really ring it?
Yeah.
Ah, this?
Yeah.
How do you call that in English?
Oh, don't. Okay, we said don't ring it. It's their bell.
I will not try it. Is that normal here in Washington with all the military around?
No, it's just surge in law enforcement.
I saw Trump made an announcement recently about getting the Capitol back.
That's this.
That's it?
Yeah.
So is it safe to walk around here as a tourist?
Yeah, it's as safe as it's been in a while, I think, at least for the next 26 days.
So I guess that's also for the metro then. I can take the metro, I don't need to worry.
Yeah, sure.
Where are you taking the metro to?
I think just 2 stops to my hotel.
Which is
To the, I think the
station?
center station.
Oh yeah, you're fine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I will have a look then. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so there we heard it. This is not normal here. This is because of Trump's recent announcements here. But yeah, he just said it's probably the safest it has been in a while, which makes me feel good as a tourist, of course. And yeah, look at this truck here. That looks like some very heavy vehicle. Okay, we have the Union Station here right next to the train station. So let me go down and figure out how to use it. Oh, what is this? Chinese Communist Party.
Yes, a Chinese
Oh,
regime.
are you from China?
Yes.
Oh, why is the Chinese Communist Party threatening Americans? And why should you care? That is an interesting question. It's funny, I already saw something similar in New York City. I wonder why that's a thing here in America. Okay, and we do have ticket vending machines here, so let's see. Looks very different compared to the machines in New York. Oh, nothing digital here, that's interesting. Okay, so I want to go to Metro Center. Price should be $2.25. Purchase single card. Okay, single card. $2 cost for each card. Purchase value or pass value. Oh, this is a bit difficult. Let me see if I can ask someone. Excuse me, how does it work to buy a ticket over there?
Hey, do you have a credit or debit card?
Oh, I have on my phone. I can tap on my phone. Yeah. And then I can write how far I want.
You write all you want. When you exit the station,
Yeah.
that's what's going to charge.
So I have to tap again.
Yeah.
I want to go to a center, Metro Center.
Down here,
Down there?
straight on the left.
On the left side. 3 stops. Okay, so he said I can tap my credit card. Ah, here it works. Okay, happy days. Oh, actually much easier. You can just tap your credit card. Easier than buying a ticket every time. And this is what the metro station looks like here in Washington. Very different compared to the stations I have seen in New York. I would say it's much cleaner here, to be honest. And also looks more modern. Okay, he said on the left side, if I remember correctly. And yeah, literally just missed one train. But I guess they come quite frequently. Okay, and literally a minute later, and here is the next train. Alright, I have the feeling that the metro here is better than the one in New York. It's also digital here, that wasn't the case in New York. It looks cleaner and newer. Okay, 1, 2, 3 stops, like the guy said. So it should be a quick ride then. Okay, and here we are. And that was literally a 3-minute ride. And looks like we are pretty deep underground. That's the feeling I have here at least. Let's see how to exit the station. I'm guessing there will be plenty of exits. Let's hope I'm exiting through the right one. This is the closest to my hotel. Oh no, I went to the wrong escalator. Yeah, it's not always good to follow the crowd. This literally just went down to another line, not the exit. Oh, of course, if I want to exit, I need to go up, not down, right? Okay, so let me go up again and then up again. Okay, why is there no sign exit? Goes down to another platform. The escalator goes down as well. Ah, here we have it, exit. Sometimes I just need to open my eyes. Okay, so let's see if that works. So I'm gonna tap it again. No? This one works, okay. Way more convenient. Just tap your credit card or your phone. So, to be honest, the metro here in Washington was a better experience than the metro in New York. Alright, and here we are. So, according to Google Maps, it's like a 10-minute walk now to my hotel. And I have to go left. Here we are. Oh, a very big difference compared to New York City. Much more calmer here, less traffic, less people. Of course, I mean, New York has about 8 million people and Washington DC, if I remember correctly, about 700,000. So not even a million. So it is the way smaller city. Hello, hello. Hello. Yeah, Americans sometimes are very talkative, especially also to foreigners, or to strangers in general, I think. But wow, I am very impressed by the look of the streets here. Looks clean, no chaos, not many people, not many cars around. Also way cleaner compared to New York City, I have to say. At least in this part of the town. This is quite central in the city. And also actually the White House, the Capitol, all these places are actually also not that far from here. To be honest, I don't know how this city looked a few weeks ago, before Trump made all his announcements. But this is actually how a capital city should look like. Exactly like this. I would be curious, if you're from Washington or if you have been here before, is this normal or just because of all the new events in the past weeks? And also not a single homeless person to be seen. And I have to say, I do feel much safer walking here compared to walking in New York. But yeah, I made it to my hotel and that was, yeah, about a 10-minute walk. A very beautiful walk, I have to say. So I'm having really good first impressions here in Washington. But yeah, let's see what $200 a night gets you in Washington, D.C. I'm staying at Embassy Suites by Hilton. And this hotel, yeah, is quite central in the city. And look at that, we have a lion here welcoming us. Oh, that looks quite, wow. Okay, let's see if the rest of the hotel has a similar impression. All right, first thing, it's air conditioned in here. That is really nice. And reception area, I think, is here. Hi, I would like to check in. Sure. Okay, I checked in. It says a welcome gift here. I'm not sure what that is. Trying to find it out once I'm in the room. And they actually put me on the highest floor. So I'm curious to see the view. Okay, here we are, floor 15. I'm looking for room number 32 now. Of course, it's probably going to be at the end of this hall. Oh, I think I have a corner room, which I really like. Yes. Actually, I think I booked a corner room, to be honest. So let's have a look. $200 a night, which is a rate cheaper than my hotels in New York. Okay, so before I will show you the room, let's have a look what the welcome gift is here. Visit the Hilton main lobby to receive your complimentary Hilton Honors points for being our guest. And you know what's actually funny? What I just realized on this trip. So I have gold membership status in Hilton hotels. And in every Hilton hotel around the world, a gold member status gives you free breakfast. Every Hilton hotel I've been to in other countries, I always got free breakfasts. But I just learned on this trip that's not the case in US Hilton hotels. There's no free breakfast here for gold members. So what I do get as a gold member instead, 2 bottles of water. Yeah, okay. But let's have a look at the room. So this is actually quite a large room. So the entrance area, then a nice table here. Then what is this, the bathroom? Oh no, not the bathroom, just a closet. And then I do have a little kitchen area here. And then I actually have 2 rooms. So we have a proper living room with a TV, a nice couch area here. And then I actually also like the carpet here. That's really nice. And then the main room, the bedroom, looks like this. The bed looks comfortable, looks large. We have a TV here. Welcome Ken. And then before we have a look at the view, let's check out the bathroom. Oh yeah, also very nice. I actually think I really like this place. Okay. And then also a place to leave your luggage here. Nice to have. And then the view from the 15th floor, the highest floor here, overlooking the streets here in Washington. Okay, now the final test, the bed test. Oh, not the softest bed, but the pillows are very nice. Oh, I like the pillows here, to be honest. Whew. Okay, so I think this is a really good place. And yeah, this is $200 a night. Let me know in the comments if you think this is worth it. And look at this. I'm just having a look into this one here. And then, did you know American YouTubers are paid to post CCP propaganda? That is funny. I filmed a few videos in China before, and every time I film in China, there are some people in the comment section accusing me of being paid by the CCP. So maybe now I know where this is coming from. That's ridiculous. I know a lot of YouTubers personally who have been to China, also Americans. And nobody, at least of the people that I know, has been paid by the CCP. But that's a different topic. Let's head out and explore the capital and make it to the White House. Okay, but I'm actually getting hungry again. And there's a burger place around here that has been recommended by you guys in the comment section. Maybe you remember in my Los Angeles videos, I tried a burger chain called In-N-Out. And then some of you guys commented that there's another burger chain in America that's actually even better. And that one is called Five Guys. And I just saw on Google Maps that there's a Five Guys around the corner here, so I'm curious to give it a try. And then we're going to head to the White House. And here it is, Five Guys. So let's check it out. Oh, what is that right here? What is that? I don't know. Oh, but it's air conditioned here. That's already nice. Let's see. Oh, the menu says dogs. I guess they mean hot dogs, not actual dog. And then we have burgers here. We have sandwiches, fries, milkshakes, and drinks. So similar like In-N-Out. Very small menu. What's the #1 seller? I've never been to Five Guys before. Ah, the classic combo. Little burger, little fry, and drink. You know what? That sounds good. I'm having this one, please. Okay, so I'm going with the classic combo, which gives me a burger, fries, and a drink. What type of drink is included?
Soda fountain over there.
I can choose myself?
It's 3 refills.
Free refill?
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
You want any toppings? The toppings is free.
Just a little bit of ketchup.
That's it?
That's it, yes.
Alright,
So,
$15.39.
$15.39. I'm paying with my phone. I heard Five Guys burgers are very popular in America. My first time trying this. Okay, I'm looking forward to this. That looks delicious already. Okay, so he said free refill. So I understand it like that. I can fill it up as many times with as many different drinks as I want. That's actually pretty cool. We don't have something like that in Germany. Free refill. So how does it work? I want Sprite Zero. What? They have Sprite with flavors here? Strawberry, peach, grape, pineapple. I've never seen Sprite with flavors before. Okay, I want to try Sprite with strawberry. Sounds weird, but I want to try it. Hold to pour. Ah, here we go. Maybe let me try a little bit first. Well, I can imagine that actually tastes weird. To my surprise, it still tastes like Sprite, with a very slight strawberry flavor to it. Okay, not that bad, but it's probably not gonna be my favorite. Also, something I need to get used to. In America, the price you see is never the final price. So the price on the sign was $13.99, but then, of course, tax is added, $1.40, and then the final price is different. That is also something that we don't have in Germany. The price you see on the sign is always the price you pay. Same in supermarkets, for example, in Germany. So if you're new in America, that can be a bit confusing. Okay, and here's my food. I think they thought I'm gonna have it for takeaway, but I actually want to eat here. But that's no problem. So let's open it up and see what I have here. So first of all, the fries are already all over the place. And then that is the burger, I guess. I want to try just the fries first. Very salty. My girlfriend Lisa would like this. But then you can see it. The fries don't look as regular as fries in different places. And they are not that crunchy. They are more soft. You know what I mean? Soft and salty. So you can also get sauces here. We have tomato ketchup here. Actually, let me get some. Salt and pepper and tissues. So let me add some ketchup on the side. Even though I also like fries just plain without any sauce. But now the highlight, the burger. So I think the menu said regular burger. So I'm guessing it's going to be just a cheeseburger probably. And yes, I think that's what it is. So we have meat and cheese, and I think that's everything. And it looks like a smash patty. So it's a smash burger. Let's give it a try. My first time trying Five Guys in America. Very strong meat flavor. I mean, the patty is thicker than the two slices of the buns combined. And that's actually really cool. I really like that. So this is definitely a burger for meat lovers. I have to say though, I'm missing like some fresh kicks from lettuce or tomatoes. But I'm pretty sure they also have burgers with that. And then what I really like is the crunchiness on the outside of the beef patty. That actually tastes very nice. So overall, a decent meal for being a fast food chain. I think though, if I really have to choose, I would probably choose In-N-Out Burger over this one. But I would say they are both very identical in terms of taste and in terms how much I like it. So I'm rating this a solid 8 out of 10. Okay, to be honest, the fries were too salty for me. I couldn't finish them, but the burger was very delicious. And yeah, let me know in the comments which other famous chain restaurants I should try in America. Okay, so the whole area around the White House starts here. I think the back or the front side of the house is actually right over there. And then over there we have like the garden area, the Washington Monument. And yeah, in total, the walk from my hotel to this area was basically like 15 minutes. And Five Guys was right along the way, basically. So let's explore this area. And then we're going to end it at the White House. And I'm actually not sure what this building is. Maybe some of you in the comments can let us know. But it seems to be an important building because we have fences around. So nobody can actually access the building. And then we have a statue of, I think this is George Washington. And then we have a huge American flag here. But yeah, let's see if I can get to the front side. Excuse me.
Yes, sir.
The front side of the White House, is the front on that side?
The
or
front is on this side.
Ah, that's the front.
Yes, sir.
But I can have a look at both sides, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes? Okay,
Yeah, no
thank you.
problem.
Okay, so the front is actually here. Then I would say we're going to the back first, and then later we have a look at the front. So yeah, the White House is at the back of the $20 bill, and my goal is to have exactly this view. So let's see if we can find this exact spot that is shown here on the $20 bill. And yeah, a lot of fences here, a lot of restricted areas, a lot of police around here as well. But yeah, it makes sense, right? I can imagine that this is probably one of the most secured areas in the whole world. And we also have plenty of people selling ice cream and water. I don't know why, but I always thought that street vendors like that, or people just selling like water or drinks or food on the side of the road would not be allowed in America. I don't know why I thought that, but I was wondering that already in New York when I saw plenty of street vendors like that all over the city. And look what we are having here, the German-American Friendship Garden. That is very interesting, and to be honest, I see a lot of police cruising around like that. Oh, and also here another military truck. But yeah, this is actually interesting. I didn't know that there's a German-American Friendship Garden around the White House. And here we have former American President Reagan with former German Chancellor Helmut Kohl. This was 1984. So as a German, let me explore the German-American Friendship Garden then. And right here we have the Washington Monument, also a very iconic and famous place here. And I actually want to make it to, there's like a big pool somewhere here, I think in front of the Lincoln Memorial. Okay, I just spoke with two Americans and I just learned that you can actually go to the top. I'm not sure if you can see it on the camera, but there are windows at the top. So you can actually climb up there. But they also said you probably need to buy tickets in advance to do that. And yeah, as far as I know, this monument has been built for George Washington, who was the first president of the United States. So I think this is a monument to his honors. Here it's written like that. The Washington Monument honors George Washington, hero of the American Revolution and first president of the United States. And it was completed in 1884. So to be honest, it doesn't look that old, but maybe they renovated it. Okay, so this is interesting. I'm not sure what this is, but there are state names written down here. And first I thought every pillar here is going to have one American state written on it. So we have South Dakota here, we have Washington here, we have Wyoming, we have Oklahoma, but then it gets interesting because you're not only having American states here, Arizona, Alaska, Puerto Rico, which as far as I know is not really a state of America, but it is American territory. But then look at that, the Philippines. What are the Philippines doing here? That is definitely not an American state. And then we have Virgin Islands, which I'm also not sure if that is American territory. I don't think so actually. But yeah, if any one of you can explain this in the comments, why are we having the Philippines written here next to all the American states? I would be interested to know that. Okay, and this is the pool I was talking about with the view to the Washington Monument over there. And then here we are having the Lincoln Memorial, built for Abraham Lincoln, who was the 16th president of the United States. And he was kind of an important president because he led the country through the Civil War, and he also played a key role in abolishing the slavery here. And this is also another very cool place for me to see, because one of my favorite movies, Forrest Gump, has a famous scene that plays exactly here. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the movie Forrest Gump, but there's one scene in which Forrest returns from Vietnam, and then he gives a speech in front of thousands of people, and he's giving the speech right here. He's standing here overlooking this pool. And then I forgot the name. What's the name of the girl in the movie, who also then later becomes his girlfriend and wife? But she's in the crowd and then jumping into the pool right over there to get his attention. I watched that movie several times and I well remember that scene, and now standing right here where that scene was filmed. I could imagine though that the scene was not actually filmed with thousands of people here. Probably they were put inside the movie with some effects. But yeah, the scene does play right here. Okay, so I went to the shade to show you the scene that I'm talking about here on my phone. So that on the right side there is Forrest Gump, and then you can see the pool and the Washington Monument in the background. And that was filmed right here. But I have to say, the water here is not really the cleanest. Not sure how deep it is, but I can't see the ground. But the view here, especially now with the sun, sunny beautiful day now, wow. This is another cool moment for me during my trip here in the United States. Oh, really enjoying that. But now, let's head over to the White House. Alright, I just met Anthony here.
Hello.
And you're watching my videos.
All the time.
Oh, thank you so much.
Actually, but living here.
Yeah.
And this is my girlfriend from France.
So you're showing her around your capital city.
Exactly. Exactly. Big fan of your videos. It's really
thank you
cool
so
to
much.
meet you.
Appreciate that. Nice
Have
to
a nice
meet
rest of
you.
your day in Washington.
Yeah, I'm going to the White House now. It's just
Awesome.
around the corner over
Right
there.
down there and to the left.
Okay, enjoy your day.
You as well. Thanks
Thanks for saying hi. Bye-bye. I'm actually quite surprised how many people in the US are recognizing me. Like since I arrived in New York, basically like 2-3 times every single day. And yeah, I always like to meet the people that are watching my videos. So if you ever see me somewhere in public, don't be shy to say hello. So yeah, I also just took some pictures here. If you want to see some pictures or some behind the scenes of my journeys, feel free to also follow me on Instagram. My name is also Ken Abroad there. And yeah, the whole time there's this one guy under the tent talking about Jesus and the Bible. And I know this is probably a sensitive topic. I know that many Americans are very religious, but I don't really understand situations like this. And I really don't care what religion you have. I'm open towards every religion in the world, but why trying to force others to believe the same as you believe? Like, why do you need to stand on a public place like this and speaking very loud on speakers about your religion? I would say the same if he would be from another religion, so it's nothing about the religion. It's about the fact what he's doing. But yeah, I know this is a sensitive topic, so maybe some of you don't agree with that, but I don't understand things like this no matter which religion. But yeah, if you are in the area here, I can definitely recommend to come here for a walk. It's a beautiful area, very clean, well maintained, so many picturesque spots around here. So I just had a very enjoyable walk around here. And yeah, what a difference this also is compared to New York City, where I spent my past days. If you watched my previous videos from New York City, then you probably noticed it's way calmer here, and overall a very different vibe, way more relaxed. I think if you live in New York for a while, it's gonna stress you out because it's always busy and tons of people and chaotic. But life in Washington DC, I mean, obviously it's a way smaller city, but life here seems to be way more calm and relaxed. And look at this, so the White House is literally right over there, and here we have a whole street full with food trucks and people selling t-shirts and sweatshirts. I would not have expected a road like this, or a road looking like this, literally like 200 meters away from one of the most secured places in the world. That is actually crazy. But you know what? I actually need a water. Hi, how much is a water?
$3.
$3? Okay, you have a cold one? Yeah. Yes, okay, one please. $3?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. The water is actually much needed because the sun is getting really strong now, to be honest. But yeah, literally the whole road here, food truck after food truck. Do you think maybe the president, Mr. Trump, if he's keen for a hot dog, he sends some people here to get a hot dog? That would be funny, right? But probably that does not happen. I actually have a question to you. If you're watching a video, let's say for example about Washington, most of the videos they only show you like the famous place, the White House, how it looks in front of it. But most channels don't show you how it actually looks around famous places. Like, did you know that there are food trucks literally right next to the White House? So I'm actually curious, like I find it interesting to see how the area around a famous place also looks. But is that actually interesting for you to watch? Let me know in the comments. Okay, and here we have the back side of the White House. So this is not the front side that we can see on the $20 bill. This is the back side, so literally right on the opposite side of the Washington Monument. And yeah, you can have a look to the house already here, but yeah, it's quite far from here. I think from the other side it's more close. So even though this is our first look to the house now, this is not the look I want to have. So let's actually walk around, and then we have this one iconic view from the front. Okay, and here we are now. Over there is the front of the White House, and you can see way more people around here now. And people selling Trump merchandise here. Someone is playing music here. There are plenty of balloons here. I'm not sure what they are for. So I'm wondering then, is this the main entrance then? If the president leaves the house, does he drive through this door right here? And it seems like there's a protest going on. Yeah, people are holding signs. Maybe we can find out what the protest is about. And what I also notice is there are people from all over the world here. I heard so many different languages already. Okay, I can already see many of the signs are against Trump. So it seems like this is a protest against Donald Trump. Oh wow, look at this. I don't want to run into a protest, I just want to have the iconic view to the house, which we are having right here. And here is the White House, the most famous house in America, and definitely one of the most secured houses in the world. So wow, this is actually quite a cool view, I have to say. We have a huge American flag right here, and then yeah, this is the spot that you always see in the pictures. Yeah, so this picture here on the bill is literally this one right here. Exactly the same. The White House here, and then right here. Okay, maybe this is a stupid question, but does Donald Trump actually live here? Or is this more like a symbolic house? I mean, does he actually spend nights here? Does his family live here as well? I would imagine that most of the time he's traveling somewhere anyway. But if he is in America, like, does he actually sleep there on a daily basis? Does he eat food there every day? I would be curious to know that. Also, guys with the big cameras here. Some news agencies probably. No war with Iran. Love Trump's hate. Close Guantanamo.
The Bluetooth device is
You also see some interesting characters here. Some interesting characters, definitely. Ice Agent, how will you explain this to your grandkids? Trump is a dictator. I mean, this is the United States, right? Everyone can have their opinion. Write it on a sign, walking around and screaming their opinion. That's a democracy, right? In all my years of traveling in Asia, I've never seen something like this in Asia. But yeah, this is the center of political United States. The whole area reminds me a lot about the city center in Beijing, China. Maybe you remember that video on my channel. And that area was the political center of China. The whole area here is basically the political center of the United States of America. So yeah, visiting this area in Washington, DC was definitely a highlight for me on my trip here in the United States. And yeah, this was my third city now after visiting Los Angeles, New York. And then the next episode, I'm actually going to fly to another very iconic city here in the country. So stay tuned for the next episode. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't yet to follow the journey. And if you're curious to see my previous video, getting first impressions of New York City, exploring all the famous areas there, then feel free to check out the video right here. Stay healthy, stay positive, and then see you in the next episode. Ciao, guys.